You're on it.
Made by Counselor Hamel, seconded by Counselor Doyle. All those in favor, please raise a hand. We have 6 votes in the affirmative. That motion carries. Now we're on to unfinished business. Page 80. As you know, Laconia Police Department has applied for a highway safety grant in the amount of $527. That's the item we have before us tonight, and the actual resolution. There's a memorandum from the police department on page 82 that explains it. The actual resolution is on the following page, page 83. Before we get to this, I would entertain a motion to waive the reading of the resolution its entirety and to read by title only.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Hamel, seconded by Counselor Bolduc. Any discussion? All those in favor of waiving the reading of the entire ordinance, please raise a hand. With 5 votes in the affirmative, and Counselor Bounds is temporarily out of the room. So there were 5 affirmative votes on that motion. Okay, any discussion or questions about this item before we get to making the motion itself? None? Okay, motion be in order to approve resolution on second reading, resolution 2016-05. A resolution relative to authorizing the city manager to accept and expend grants on behalf of the city in the amount of $527 for Laconia Police Radar. So I'll make that, Counselor Bolduc makes that motion, a second by Counselor Bear. Any discussion? All those in favor, please raise a hand.
Since I don't know what I'm voting for, I'm not going to
We're
vote.
voting for resolution 2016-05, which is on page 83 of your packet. To do with the grant for $527 for
Okay.
police radar.
I'm in favor.
All right, let's try again. All those in favor, please raise a hand. We have 6 votes in the affirmative, and that resolution is adopted. Thank you. Nominations, appointments, and elections. We have 2 tonight. The appointment of Peter Stewart. That's on page 84 of your packet. He is the first to apply for a position on the Lakeport TIF Advisory Committee. I don't think any discussion is necessary there. A motion be in order to appoint Peter Stewart to a regular position on the Lakeport TIF District Advisory Board for a 3-year term expiring at the end of June 2019. Counselor Bolduc would like to make that motion, seconded by Counselor Bear. Any discussion? All those in favor of appointing Mr. Stewart, please raise a hand. You have 6 votes in the affirmative, and that motion carries. Next up, we have the appointment of Brandy Laughlin, Assistant Planning Director for the City of Laconia, to the Lakes Region Planning Commission Transportation Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring March 2019. This is made necessary by the resignation of Mrs. Saunders. So we need to appoint her replacement to serve on that committee on behalf of the city. May I have that motion, please?
So moved.
Counselor Hamel, seconded by Counselor Bounds. All those in favor of appointing Brandy Laughlin, our Assistant Planning Director, to a 3-year term on the Lakes Region Planning Commission Transportation Advisory Board, please raise a hand. 6 votes in the affirmative, that motion is also adopted. Council comments. Counselor Hamel.
Yes, I just want to pass around something real quick. We brought up before about the problem that they've had on Lindsay Court with the dumping of material that wasn't supposed to be there. And
Where?
Lindsay Court at the remote dump site. You can pass that to him so you can see.
Yeah, sure. You know, the tennis courts out at Memorial.
Oh, yes.
So,
Memorial.
Public Works put up a camera, which is actually a, I don't know what you call it, it's an animal camera. It costs like $99, and they put it up, and there's a sign there that talks about the illegal dumping, and before this, they were taking truckloads of things out of there that weren't supposed to be there, couches, you name it, and since that's been put up, nothing. Nothing has been left.
And the camera's still in one
The
piece?
camera, yep. Actually, the fire department helped make the framing of it. And like I said, since that's been there, they've had no more problems. They've had one guy that went up and put his hand in front of it, but they do have his picture before he got there.
Is it a
So-
crime to put your hand in
No.
front of a...
Yeah, and I guess the pictures are crystal clear, and I would like to suggest the council do the same at the other two sites, the one in Lakeport and the one in the Weirs. It's very inexpensive, and I think there's probably could be monies in the Public Works budget to do that, maybe.
We can find something if the council would like. There's also a remote location on Messer Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right there.
So, for, I mean, the camera and a fence post, it's taking care of the problem down there, so.
So how do we want to handle that? Put it on the agenda next time? Is it necessary to do that, or?
No, we've got the money within the budget for a small amount. If that's directed, we can make that happen.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that that gets directed, if
We have a
needed.
motion by Counselor Hamel to have the city manager supervise putting remote cameras at the
I'd like to have see him do
at
it.
the Messer Street and Lakeport Fire Station remote.
Weirs.
And Weirs.
I'm sorry?
And the Weirs.
So you want three more?
Mm-hmm.
And Weirs Beach, those three sites.
Thank
Is
you.
there a second to that? Counselor Bolduc seconds that motion. Any further discussion?
Yes.
Counselor
Like in
Bolduc?
Lakeport or even at the Public Works garage, can that be put on the building rather than a post? So that the people.
Put it on a
can't get-
corner of the
Well, it's
building.
got to be aimed somehow.
Yeah, well, the back of the fire station's right there, and so is Public Works.
Yeah, I'm sure they could come up
Same thing
with
at the
something.
Weirs. Building there.
We can look to see if we can get them on the building rather than on a
That's
post.
just
'Cause I don't know, it has to be tripped.
They're motion sensor type of thing, and then
Correct,
at
but I
nighttime, the
don't know
light
how-
flashes, and they do a
I don't
camera
know
type
how
of thing.
far
So
away.
I think it all depends where the beam is angled type of thing.
Correct.
So
That's something that you
we'll
could come up
figure
with.
the logistics out, and if we can do it, we will.
Any further discussion?
Thank-
All's in favor, please raise a hand. 6 votes in the affirmative, motion carries.
Thank you.
Any other council comments tonight?
Yeah.
Counselor Bounds.
Okay, so I was crazy enough to try to organize this flag committee to come up with a new Laconia flag. And we haven't had our first meeting yet. I'm going to try to set that up for next Tuesday. But I just want you to be aware that I think we're going to need some kind of seed money for a website or something like that. I don't know what the costs are going to be, but they should be minimal. I'm just making you aware. I'm not asking for any money.
Can't they use the website of the city?
So you'll be coming...
No, we have to, I think we have to, we can use the website of the city, but I think we have to design something that will take designs for a flag or some way to submit them, huh?
To upload, to
Yeah,
accept uploads?
to upload and that.
It would work on your computer.
No, I think I'll use yours, Bob,
Ken, it's
as long
in-
as you're volunteering.
Anyone else? Okay, we have a need for a non-public session tonight. A motion would be in order. I do not expect any public action after the conclusion of the non-public session, and I would request a motion to go into non-public session according to RSA 91A:3, Roman numeral 2, for the consideration of the acquisition, sale, or lease of real or personal property which, if discussed in public, would likely benefit a party or parties whose interests are adverse to those of the general community. I have that motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Bounds. Is there a second? Counselor Bear likes to second these motions. We'll have Counselor Bear second that motion. Would ask that the clerk please call the roll.
Counselor Doyle,
Yes.
Counselor Bound,
Here,
No,
Oh.
that's not,
say yes.
yes.
Counselor Lippman,
Yes.
Counselor Bear,
yes.
Counselor Himmel,
Yes.
Counselor Bobbitt.
Yeah.
Time is 9:12.
You're giving me a hard time.
Motion carries on a most enthusiastic vote.
Yes and here.
Counselor
What's the
Bounds
difference?
noted that most enthusiastic vote, and we are in non-public session. So let's hold our tongues for a minute here while we get everything shut off.